Disclaimer right up front. Initially, this started out as a 30 to 60 second like ad spot that was going to go into a D&D related video, but then it turns out that like, OGL stuff just suddenly happened and was scrambling to try and figure out like, all right, so how do I fit this thing in naturally? What is going to happen? Whatever. Luckily, I reached out to the creators and I was just like, all right, I've got an idea for something that we could do. Let me know what you think. Fortunately, they were super cool with changing their plan a little bit. Technically, like, kind of upgraded them for free because I think that this project is just that cool. And yeah, I just want to let you all know this one is technically a paid endorsement, but I've loved this project and talked about it before these people even ever reached out. So yeah, it's a cool way that you can support some third-party creators, and technically, you don't really have to run this thing in D&D 5e. Just saying. There is a very, very, very cool project put out by the third-party publishing community. It is over on the Dungeon Masters Guild, so of course, WotC has their 20% royalty that's going to get taken out of this. But this is a very cool project, and I will say 50% of it is going to these creators. We were talking about, and I'm going to say it wrong, I know, Morkborg. We were talking about Morkborg. And if you wanted to do something with that kind of a flavor and do it in the Forgotten Realms, let's say you're really big into the Forgotten Realms and you're like, we don't really want to do D&D, but like, it might be kind of cool to do like a Morkborg campaign setting. It's adaptable for that as well. Here's the premise. You are in the Forgotten Realms and the villains won. This is a complete... what would you call this? An arcane, a fantasy apocalypse has taken over. Vecna wins. The Atropole is brought to life in Schult. Arl takes over all of Icewind Dale, and that is stuck in an eternal winter. What is it? The Baldur's Gate fucking opens up into Avernus. This is super fucking cool and a great example of what the third-party content creation scene can put out. The motherfucking doomed Forgotten Realms. This is from Quill and Cauldron. The design team includes Scott McClintock, Matthew Whitby, Laura Herzberner, Robert G. Reeve. Like, this is a sick, sick project. So, what is Doom Forgotten Realms? Everything has fucked up in the world, alright? Every adventure module, the players failed. So what happens is the entire realm is thrown into chaos. Every single adventure module that was officially put out, now the bad shit happened. Welcome to the Doom Forgotten Realms Sword Coast Gazetteer, a setting guide for a Sword Coast where everything in the world has gone wrong. In all the possible alternative timelines, this one is the darkest, but that doesn't mean that it's beyond redemption. There's always hope for good to emerge victorious at the end of the day. And by the way, fucking super cool drop cap letters they're using here, having the insects like incorporated into it. Oh, that is sick. That is so sick. The world of the Doom Sword Coast is one of disaster and destruction. In the ancient battle of good versus evil, evil won. But evil is often evil's own undoing. Doubly when the world is filled with competing factions and clashing ambitions. It's not trapped gods, tyrannical dragons, or endlessly ambitious liches. Then it's small, everyday evils that further the corruption of this land. Traversing the Sword Coast has never been entirely safe, but today its dangers are unparalleled. Desperate bandits, intelligent undead, and itinerant mercenaries lurk in every shadow. For those who lived in the Sword Coast's golden age, it now bears little resemblance to the life they once knew. Scattered around these pages lie the haunting remarks of the Forgotten Realms' very own traveling guide, fountain of lore, and now resident ghost, Volothamp Getarm. This is such a fucking cool project idea. The moment that I heard it, I was just like, Oh, yeah. This appeals to so much of that just primal monkey brain. Yes, I absolutely adore this idea. The layout is gorgeous. I don't want to scroll through the entire thing because I would love for you guys to go and support this. Okay? Yeah, this is now canon to me. You know what? This is the world that WotC wanted. This is what happened to the Forgotten Realms after D&D collapsed. Take it as that. The heroes are gone, and now the Forgotten Realms is thrown into chaos. The cool thing with this is that this was so successful already. There are different player character options in here that embody like the Bard, College of the Elements, Druid, Circle of the Nine, Rogue, Spellslayer, Fighter, Zintalar's Finest, Wizard, School of Secrets. Some more dark character options here. And like, on top of all that, this has been such a successful project. They are still expanding on the concept. And the one that they hit me up about, yeah, here we go. The one that they hit me up about is that they have a whole module that they are still releasing right now, and you can keep up with the content as it drops. But they just released one called Fall of Vecna. Doom Forgotten Realms is over on the DM's Guild for $8.99. $8.99. This is a Mithril bestseller. If you guys have any ambition to run in the Forgotten Realms, as everything in this whole entire scene is being thrown into chaos, I highly, highly recommend the Doom Forgotten Realms by Matthew Whitby, Scott McClintock, Mark Altfoot. I'm super sorry, I'm going to say Mark A on that one. Laura Herzberner and Robert G. Reeve. This is one of my favorite projects I've ever seen on the DM's Guild. Yeah, please, please, please go check this thing out.